Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to be chiming in on the situation with Richard Stallman returning to the Free Software Foundation and the cancel culture mob wanting to take him down and get him out of there. Now, I generally don't make videos on, say, this type of alt tech. I mean, I'm an OG Linux user. I've been using it for almost a quarter of a century now. I mean, I'm 46, and I've been using it since my early 20s. I use free and open source software, and seeing this situation, I think it's a little bit ridiculous. I mean, now I've chimed in before, like when they went after Linus Torvalds. I mean, if you look, these are two of my highest viewed videos on BitChute. And the bottom one here was me calling out the fact that these two, this trans and this lesbian, going after him. Now, this all started because he wanted a vacation, and the millennial me, center of the universe bullshit like generation got pissed, which then turned into a whole cancel thing. And these two had been planning it out. They actually took his daughter and turned her against him. So now he basically stepped away and doesn't run the kernel project anymore. He's a puppet at this point. And it's not right. Well, now they're going after Richard Stallman. And before getting into this, I want to make something clear here. I am no fan of Richard Stallman. I have had multiple interactions with him over the years, okay, personal interactions. I think he's an asshole. I truly think he's an asshole. I mean, I also think that when it comes to his, morality and his concepts of right and wrong, he's a scumbag. Because he's done things like anyone who's stupid enough to put their project under the GNU umbrella deserves what they get, because he's stolen multiple projects over the years. The GNU GCC libraries and the compiler was taken from the original developer. Something to do with Emacs. It was basically Emacs but better. It got brought under it was like basically like the idea of a fork of it. And the GNU code got brought in and the guy got booted. He's done kind of the same thing with the GNU image manipulation program GIMP. He's, a scumbag on that note. And if they wanted to have him step down for like those types of things, okay, that's one thing. But for his speech, that's what I take issue with. And like I said, I think he is an asshole. I mean, people haven't seen some of the things I have, like with my interactions with him. Like a good example. Was it the TPIP? Was it a treaty, or was it some change to copyright law? I would think it was TPIP, or it was TPP. There was a section about copyright, and it would make it illegal to distribute copyrighted material, even if you had permission to distribute said copyrighted material, which was, as far as I could see it, a target, a situation of targeting Linux and free and open source software. Now, you would think Richard Stallman would take issue with that. No. And I'm wondering why, as I'm interacting with him through multiple emails about this, trying to explain to him the seriousness of the situation. And when I basically flat out asked him, is it because it would it would lead to people, being forced to have their projects go under one clearinghouse that, their copyright would have to be signed over to in order for it to survive? And I said, do you think that the GNU is going to be that? And he kind of admitted, yeah. And I'm like, what a fucking scumbag. And even with that, I don't think he should be, asked to step down or anything like that, because if they want to put him on the board, that's their prerogative. Put him back on the board, I should say. But they're going after him for speech. And I mean, this is ridiculous, okay? You have the article I'm going to go through here. Return of Stallman to Free Software Foundation sparks outrage among outsource, open source, and free software leaders. Okay? This is how... This is how Insider framed it. Developers are furious that controversial programmer Richard Stallman is returning to the board of the Free Software Foundation following his 2019 resignation. Then Ars Technica. Richard Stallman returns to Free Software Foundation 18 months after controversial rape comments. I mean, this is ridiculous. Now, one reason why I'm calling this out is because I'm sick of the millennial shit. This is all millennial shit. And it's ridiculous. And before I get into that, okay, we got good old Gardiner here. Okay, the Linux gamer. He's one of these people that's all triggered and wants Stallman to go. Now, if you look at this here, this is the downvotes, all right? Upvotes, downvotes. He's getting ratioed on alt tech because it's not an echo chamber of me, millennials. Okay? And I'm going to show you in a second here on YouTube how the millennials, it's a situation where there's more of them here. But I wanted to show you this, just to show you the mentality of this individual. This is Gardiner's response when someone's, trolling him. Is this a soy face? And he turns around. You do realize that a red MAGA hat is a symbol of treason, right? Treason not only against the United States, but also against the very ideals. The very ideals that, I'm assuming that gives you the right to wear that cap. Now, this is my response. Ha 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 ha. A MAGA hat is a sign. Well, I meant to say symbol of treason, okay? Were you dropped on your head as an infant before the growth spot closed? Oh my God, you voted for a guy who literally can't keep his hands off of women and children and inappropriately touches them on camera because Orange Man bad. A man whose son's own laptop exposed him as a kid diddler. A man who was credibly accused of sexual assault by Tara Reid. A man who's been proven corrupt and owned by the CCP. A man who's tried to accuse Trump of what he did in the Ukraine. A man who didn't campaign at all, and yet somehow is supposedly the most popular presidential candidate and president in the history of the universe. And then, to burst this little bubble, the Capitol Police literally let people into the Capitol building. Most of them just took a tour. It wasn't an insurrection or treason, but it did turn into a riot at one point. Now, Gardiner has a thing of deleting my comments. He also has this thing of being really shady. So I tend to respond to him on Odyssey because he can't do that. But I just wanted to show you. Now, look at the ratio here. Come on. All right, 584 to 391. Entitled millennial who thinks that Richard Stallman, okay, being back at the Free Software Foundation is proof they don't care about free software. This is an idiot a web developing idiot who's, was attacking C code here, okay, who does JavaScript. Ooh, dipshit. I was doing Perl script, all right? Well, you were having, premature ejaculation problems in your dreams, dipshit. All right? I was doing JavaScript and all that website stuff when you actually had to do, even though it was, scripting, it was server-side scripting. And you were actually, having to use less friendly programming code. I mean, I'm rusty as all hell, probably couldn't code shit. But back in the day, I was doing it. And I look at him, and he's calling this out, saying they don't care about free software. He's an open source guy. He's not about free software. And someone in the comments responded to me and said I should check out this guy's channel here. This because he's at the end of the Greek alphabet. He is an omega soy boy. All right? Neck beard having omega soy boy. Ncommander here. This one too. His fifis are hurt. They don't like things that Stallman said. Oh no, he said controversial things. He said things that upset the left. It's ridiculous. And it's basically in both these videos, which I will try to remember to link in the description. You got him reeing the whole time. Okay? You've got him reeing the whole time. And with Ncommander, with Ncommander here, he literally goes, this is all their proof. This is what he's using as proof. This is what ZDNet cites as a source. It's literally a Medium blog about removing Richard Stallman. Okay? And this is what's messed up. Where is it? You've got these things where you've got all these accusations. All right? This is a statement. Where are the accusations? Because I wanted to show this. Anyway. But they go to this, and they're citing accusations made in this, like anonymous accusations about him. He has a bed in his office at the time at MIT, and they're like, he was trying to fuck people on it. Women avoided him because he was trying to fuck women on it. This is an opinion. There's no basis in fact. It's like Kavanaugh accusations. And this fucking reject, this Trump deranged reject, okay, is reeing because Stallman got put back on. He's fucking ridiculous. This one here, Richard Stallman hurts people's feelings. Dude, he's been beyond rude to me. He has been mean to me when I called him out, like with the whole copyright thing under one roof, clearinghouse type situation that would happen with the treaty. Do you see me reeing about it? Do you see me crying about it? Do you see me wanting him canceled? No. You people are fucking retards. Every last one of you. You cancel culture millennial fucking wastes of space. You participation generation rejects. You are fucking ridiculous. I'm sick and tired of this shit. All right? Coming from an OG Linux, and free and open source software user here. From OG Mac Daddy Linux user. Shut the fuck up. Get your panties out from your ass in a bunch. Unbunch them. Okay? And grow a fucking set of nuts. Because, your little shriveled up peas and your low T make you so easily butthurt. All right? Like with the idea of Linus Torvalds. All right? He tells someone their code is shit. All right? He's not going to take their shit code. Tells them that they program like shit. He's being honest. And that's one of the main reasons why he got canceled. Because he would not take shitty leftist code into the Linux kernel. That's why he got canceled. Now they're going after Richard Stallman. Now, before we get into this and look at how retarded they're being about this, you need to keep in mind, Richard Stallman is literally autistic and does autistic things. Autists say things that are beyond, not exactly politically correct. They don't have certain filters. Now, this asshole is talking about canceling him. All right. And I just want to point this out here because my last part of my comment to him here, okay, because this sums up everything. Because this is how these idiots should be looked at. On top of this, you are trying to cancel someone who is actually mentally handicapped. RMS is literally an autistic who does autistic things. The very things you want to cancel him for that are the result of his handicap. When you want to cancel him from that, I wouldn't be surprised if you demand someone with Tourette's syndrome get canceled because you didn't like what they said. And it's true. He can't control the things that come out of his mouth because of his autism. To an extent he can. But he doesn't have the filters you or I have. Because when I'm not making videos, do you think I sound like, a Marine and a truck driver had a love child? Hell no. This is me filters off. I don't give a shit. But yeah, this is how they are. They're going after him. The tolerant left, because he's a white male, is ignoring the fact that he's autistic. And they're trying to cancel the man. When you can easily look at the fact that he's autistic and it would explain the things he said and done. And the fact that they might have been a bit harsher, even though they're true, and you don't want to accept that. They don't get this. They're trying to cancel an autistic man. So anyway, return of Stallman to FSF sparks outrage among open source and free software leaders. Many open source and free software people and organizations are upset that the Free Software Foundation has brought its founder, Richard M. Stallman, back to its board of directors. Who gives a shit what organizations care about? Who gives a shit what these people care about? The Free Software Foundation is their own thing. If you want to support them, you want to fund them, that's your prerogative. If you don't, that's your prerogative. This is coming from, again, someone who thinks Stallman is an asshole. And I'm defending him. So that should give you a clue to the situation. I mean, I would defend him regardless, but I'm no fan. So you can't say I'm a fanboy doing this, because I'm not. But anyway, this is by Stephen J. Von Nichols, and it was published on March 24th. Richard M. Stallman has always been a polarizing figure. There are people who love him and those that hate him. For example, RMS often clashed with Linus Torvalds. Well, that's because he tried to play fucking shady with Linus and lied to him about GPL, version 3, the GNU license version 3. And said, oh, yeah, just adopt it now. And he had put some shady shit in. It was like the idea of Obamacare. You got to sign on, to see what's in it. Seriously, you got to pass it in order to see what's in it. You got to sign on. That's what he was doing. That was one of their major clashes. And also it's the fact of Stallman has said some things because Linus Torvalds won't suck his dick. He also won't agree with him on certain things. Like he had no problem with cable manufacturers taking the Linux kernel under GPL v2 and modifying it and not returning code, or modifying it and putting their own little private, secured binary blobs and stuff like that. Might not even be secure, but the idea of their own code and not contributing back or anything like that. And they had headbutting matches with stuff like that. I mean, they won't even cover the honesty with those things because, oh, look, he gets in with Torvalds. Oh my God. RMS has claimed that the Linux operating system should be called GNU Linux. Yeah, and that is actually something I think is completely wrong, because if you look at any modern Linux distribution, okay, the percentage of GNU software, GNU code, or anything like that, anything GNU, is single percentage points. The whole thing with GNU being put in front of Linux, okay, whether it's GNU/ or GNU plus, is basically Stallman being a butthurt little bitch about the fact that Torvalds beat him to the punch on getting a viable Linux, viable Unix-like kernel. And making it possible to have a Unix-like operating system that's POSIX compatible, that you can compile code from Unix onto it, and it works with very little to no modification. That's about him being butthurt. He also clashed with Eric S. Raymond, one of the open source's founders, and others from the differences between open source software and free software. Well, yes, because there is a completely philosophical difference between open source software and free software. He is a staunch supporter of free software. Of course, he's going to clash with them. See, Stephen here is trying to paint this narrative, all right, that Stallman gets into it with people. He's a bad influence. Yeah, look at him. He's getting into it with these people. But he's not giving you the reasons behind it. I mean, they really want to try to cancel him. And it's like millennials that are making the call on this. It's so friggin' ridiculous. I mean, mind you, this guy's a boomer, but it's mostly millennials that are going after him. All right. And for many years, women have objected to his misogynistic manner and language. All right. Which links over to that Medium post. That's this idiot's proof. ZDNet, it's supposed to be a credible source, is going to a Medium blog. That should tell you something. The last finally caught up with him when RMS defended the behavior of the late Marvin Minsky. AI pioneer and associate of notorious billionaire sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Subsequently, Stallman resigned from his Free Software Foundation leadership roles. Well, here's the thing. They want to leave this out. Someone explained to him the situation, and he's autistic. No one's taking that into account. He was explaining the situation, and he's basically changed his view on it. And no one wants to admit that because, you got to cancel him. He's a cis white male, okay? Ignore the fact, with the tolerant left here, they want to ignore the fact that he's an autistic. I mean, this is ridiculous hit piece. I mean, all of them are. Subsequently, sorry. So anyway, subsequently resigned from his Free Software Foundation leadership roles. Then, to the surprise of many, Stallman himself announced that he was back on the Free Software Foundation board of directors. And the tears went to flying by the millennials, by the blue hairs, by the cultural Marxist identity politics loving little wastes of space, the participation generation rejects. Oh, God. A big disservice was done to millennials, turning them into the participation generation. A major disservice. Anyway, this move has enraged many open source and free software leaders and organizations. Indeed, the Free Software Foundation itself still hasn't officially announced the news, although its site does list RMS now as a member of the Free Software Foundation Board of Directors. Oh, no. So they put him on, and they're not, like, answering to you assholes? They're not pandering to you assholes? They're not canceling him? Oh, no. You crybaby wannabe little waste of space. Actually, you are a waste of space. You're not wannabes at being that. You're wannabes at being adults. You can't adult. You don't know how to do adulting. This guy, who's a boomer, don't know how to do adulting. Anyway, the FSF Twitter feed's latest message is, no Libra Planet. The FSF annual meeting organizers, staff or volunteers, speakers, award winners, exhibitors, or sponsors were made aware of Richard Stallman's announcement until it was public. Yeah, because they knew you would all freak out and go full retard. And you never go full retard. Not when you're dealing with someone who could medically have been classified before political correctness as a retard because he has autism. You're going to lose. See, Richard Stallman has become a New Englander. He's a transplant who's drank the Kool-Aid, we'll say, on the note of being a New Englander, okay? We will cut off our noses to spite our face on a matter of principle. Now, add on top of that his being autistic, which makes that he's going to be even hard-nosed on pushing an issue, and he's not going to back down. You people want to take him on. You want to take on a full-on autist. Be my guest, but you're all going to lose. Especially if you all come at him. All right? It took a person sitting him down and explaining the situation with Minsky, or whatever his name is, for Stallman, to understand where his stance was and how it might not be the correct stance. Which, my personal opinion, it really wasn't. So, go ahead. Take on an autist and watch what happens. How did RMS make it back from his self-imposed exile? Well, it was self-imposed, you dumb shits. He chose to leave. In an email interview, the FSF executive director, John Sullivan, said, as per the FSF bylaws, I'm just going to say Free Software Foundation bylaws, directors are elected by the Free Software Foundation's voting members, which include the directors, or can be elected just by the elected just by the directors, which was the case here. Sullivan didn't say. So what? You don't like the fact that they knew that the autists would have an issue with this? the millennial reject generation spurgs that have taken over the cultural Marxist waste of space, that have come in, infiltrated like a fucking cancer into free and open source software. You're afraid they were going to get all butthurt? The participation generation types like Gardiner here and freaking Ncommander, literally, these two assholes have soy oozing out of their fucking pores. They've got such low testosterone. It's not even funny that when someone says mean words, it hurts their fifis. When we were growing up, Gen X, kids called each other names. That's how things were. It might have hurt feelings and, oh no, my fifis. But your parents taught you, sticks and stones may break your bones, but names will never hurt you. These fucking rejects call them a name and they go, that's violence. Literally. These fucking retards do that shit. These are two prime examples, both fucking Gardiner and Ncommander are two examples of what's wrong with free and open source software now, because they are like the poster children for the soy-filled bitches that have infiltrated it, okay? This is for the leftists on the note of the feminazis and the trans community. These two are examples of it. It's fucking ridiculous at this point. It appears from comments by board members that RMS was elected by the directors and not the voting members. Oh no! Kate Walsh, an FSF board member and technology attorney, tweeted, "For whatever it's worth, I did not support the decision to reinstate RMS. I made my arguments and placed my opposing vote. While I was glad I was able to do it, I regret not being able to turn the decision the other way." Fucking baby. This bitch is an attorney. She went to law school. And her fifis roll over her. I thought going to law school and being an attorney, you had to have logic involved, not your fifis. This is ridiculous. The announcement was unplanned, and I expected to have more time for things I wanted to say and do first, but no. I didn't think it was the right decision by the FSF, whose mission is needed, but which keeps falling short of fulfilling it, concluded Walsh. Well, here's the thing, all right? She's talking about how it was unplanned and she had expected to have more time for things. Basically, the bitch was going to create a smear fucking campaign, go on a spurgastic adventure, all right, and try to head this shit off at the pass. But because they treated it like it was pulling off a Band-Aid and just ripped it away, or I should say Stallman did, she can't do that. Now she's butthurt. As to the delay of the announcement of RMS's return, Sullivan states, the announcement itself was not coordinated. See, so there was no prepared statement. The organization is looking at how that happened and will address it. In the meantime, we've received a lot of feedback. We are reading it and listening carefully. If they're listening carefully, their ears must be red. Paul Fisher, a Lyft software engineer, tweeted, I worked at the FSF for 3 years and volunteered for over 6. That ended in 2004. I witnessed misogyny, sexual objectification, and abuse carried out by RMS. Okay. No fucking proof. This is all Kavanaugh shit. No fucking proof. Now here's the thing. If this was going on back in 2004, you little cockstain, why the hell didn't you go to HR and file a fucking complaint? Do explain. Because there has to be an HR department in an organization like that. Please, do fucking explain, you goddamn waste of space. Come on, Paul. I'll be waiting. Fisher added, well, RMS started the free software movement, and the GNU GPL was a groundbreaking document. The community still has a right to hold him accountable for his abhorrent actions and harmful speech. Harmful speech? Dude, fuck you. Free speech is absolute. You cannot have free software, you dumb little cockstain, without absolute fucking freedom. Because guess what? That source code, you dumb shit, you dumb ignorant shit, is speech. If you do not have absolute free speech, you cannot have free software. You dumb, cock-stain, little waste of space, mother should have swallowed, fuckwit. Paul, you are an idiot. I mean, these people are fucking retarded. Seriously. And RMS should not be part of the Free Software Foundation, Fisher continued. Well, dude, it's not for you to decide. It's not up to you. It's not your concern. Butt the fuck out. Go mind your business, all right? Go do lewd and vulgar things with your boyfriend, because I'm assuming you might go that way, because you seem like a little butthurt bitch who might, get his testosterone a particular way. But yeah. But RMS should not be part of the Free Software Foundation. Fucking baby. The movement has grown larger than one person. We need leaders that are inclusive and treat all humans with the respect and dignity they deserve. I cannot support a Free Software Foundation that enables RMS. So you want to cancel him. You want to stop them from being free to do what they want. You want to basically control them and not allow them freedom, not allow RMS freedom. And you are a fucking moron who doesn't understand. Without absolute freedom, you cannot have free software. Because if you don't have free speech, you don't have free software. You are a fucking retard who wants to cancel an autist, who says politically incorrect things because he is one. Your mother must be proud. And this idea of we need leaders that are inclusive and treat all humans with respect. They want cultural Marxist leftists running free software. They want free software to actually go full fucking commie. They want open source to do that too. That's what these rejects want. And this idea that he cannot support a free software foundation that enables RMS, well then don't. You don't have to. You don't have to contribute code. You don't have to contribute money. You don't have to do a goddamn fucking thing. So quit virtue signaling, shut the fuck up, and go put your money someplace else then. Oh wait, you're a leftist. You don't donate money. That's something leftists don't do. They don't do charity. They're take, gimme, wastes of fucking space. A more recent FSF employee said that things had changed little since Fisher's time. Georgia Young, former SFF program manager, tweeted, "I worked at the FSF from 2015 to 2018 and was union shop steward for a while. I recall having a months-long conversation with Ed John Sullivan about why racist and sexist hacker humor from the 90s needed to be removed from GNU.org. RMS didn't get why it was harmful." Oh my God. Again, going to another fucking tweet. Look at this fucking waste of space. Holy shit, you six-cat having, never getting laid by a fucking alpha male even though you want one, fucking reject Georgia. Holy shit, woman. You don't like the humor? Fuck off. This is like the idea of that bitch who just got fired from the Superman and Lois series because she was an identity politics fucking reject who wanted to inject her shit into the show. Same fucking thing here. What a fucking waste of space you people are. Young continued, the thing that randos who have never had to actually work with RMS don't understand is that many people who deeply respected him tried to help him learn to not objectify women, showed over others at Libra Planet as if it was his birthday party. Stop shit like Emacs virgins. Oh, fuck you and the Emacs virgins triggering, you stupid bitch. That whole thing is so fucking old, okay, with him saying about how women need to lose their Emacs virginity, all right? It's so fucking old. Get over it. Jesus Christ, that's like OG fucking shit. Like, that's old school RMS. Instead, that energy utterly wasted could have been spent advocating for free software and building the inclusive and practical community that so many people want, spent instead of on a man's ego over and over. Fuck you, you stupid bitch. Let's look at this, okay? He has been, spends a lot of time advocating for free software, actual software freedom. So don't even try to say he doesn't, number one. Number two, building the inclusive and practical community so many people want. No, only you fucking reject leftists want the community that you're talking about, okay? Because everyone else, all right, the majority, what they want is a meritocratic fucking system. Meritocracy is what they want. They want the best people to be contributing fucking code. They want the best people to be working on projects. They don't want everyone and their mother contributing code because half the people, or actually more than half the people that would be contributing code, like the overwhelming majority, if we go with that, are going to be fucking rejects writing shitty fucking code that are going to be turning good programs and good software, good services, you know, into complete shit ones. All right. The Linux kernel is now dealing with this fucking problem because you have, you know, the puppet master allowing shitty code from fucking shitty coders into the Linux fucking kernel. That's what they want to do to the GNU stuff. That's what they want the Free Software Foundation to push. They want cultural Marxist fucking bullshit. Matthew Garnett, a well-known Linux kernel developer and former SFF board member, tweeted the idea that someone who does enough good work earns a pass for inappropriate behavior is pervasive and fosters environments where abuses can prosper. People who hold this belief shouldn't be involved in running organizations. Dude, get bent. Fuck you. You don't like the idea of meritocracy, and you don't like the fact that if someone's shit don't stink because they are good, calling out someone for their shit stinking, well then fuck off. Then don't contribute. Go start your own fucking project and do your own fucking thing. Okay, fork off the Linux kernel, okay, and go do your own fucking thing. These people are fucking retarded. And I wouldn't be surprised if this fucking asshole, Matthew Garrett, was one of the fucking people that went and took down fucking Linus Torvalds. I would not be surprised when he's saying shit like this. Because it sounds like he had, a bug up his ass with Linus. With that one. Because, this is a swipe taken at Linus. The idea that someone who does enough good work earns a pass for inappropriate behavior is pervasive. That is a swipe at fucking Torvalds. So I'm guessing this fucking shitcock, this shit-covered cock, was one of the people behind taking down Torvalds, besides the lesbian and the trans. I mean, this is fucking ridiculous. Unfortunately, the current FSF, Free Software Foundation Board, doesn't see this, Garrett added. No, they don't agree with you. Oh, no. Oh, do you need a fucking safe space? Do you need a trauma animal to pet? How about some coloring books? Do you need those things? Because they don't agree with you? I just can't get over the level of reckless disregard the FSF board must have for the staff. Fuck you, okay? Because they run the show, and you don't like the fact that the mob is, the insane aren't running the asylum. You're fucking triggered. Well, fuck off, dude. Seriously. At the same time, though, I obviously disagree strongly with decisions that the current board made, but they haven't made these decisions to benefit themselves. They earnestly believe they're doing the best thing for the FSF, and they are. You people are fucking retarded, though. Oh, excuse me. Based on how other groups and individuals are responding to this move, the FSF board is sadly out of touch with the community. Yes, there are still loyal RMS fans, but that's exactly what they are. Fans, not the movers and shakers of today's free software and open source world. An open letter to the FSF states, well, fuck you. Because he has people who are supporting him, okay, that aren't like the idea of the FOSS deep state, for lack of a better term. The FOSS swamp. Actually, is a better term. We'll call it the FOSS swamp, okay? Because you have Microsoft. Do you think Microsoft, one of the companies on the board of the kernel projects board? None of them lifted a finger when the cancel culture came for Linus Torvalds. Why? Because it benefited corporate America. All right, there is a FOSS swamp, and this asshole's appealing to the FOSS swamp. Cultural Marxists. And what's funny is you have the FOSS swamp, and they use, just like, politicians like the left and the Democrats use, they use these leftists to accomplish their shit. So you have the FOSS swamp here. Because they're not, the movers and shakers of today's free software and open source. Basically the FOSS swamp. Because they're not the people that support him. It's a bad thing. This is disgusting. So anyway, an open letter to the FSF states, Richard M. Stallman, frequently known as RMS, has been a dangerous force in the free software community for a long time. He has shown himself to be a misogynist, an ableist, and a transphobic, among other serious accusations of impropriety. I love this. They just make all these blatant fucking accusations. They don't back their shit up, okay? And because he, basically is of the idea, from what I understand, that a trans woman is biologically a man. He's transphobic. He does not fear trans people. You can try to demonize someone by adding phobic or phobe to something and claim they are it, but he's not afraid of them. So you can't call him a transphobe. He disagrees with the ideology. I mean, these people are freaking ridiculous, okay? And he's a misogynist. Why? Because he does politically incorrect humor? And if women want to be treated like fucking men, part of dealing with that is politically incorrect humor? I mean, let's just ignore the fact that he's a fucking autist, right? I mean, come on now. I mean, this is fucking ridiculous. Anyway, these sorts of beliefs have no place in free software, digital rights, and tech communities. With his recent reinstatement to the board of directors of the Free Software Foundation, we call for the entire board of the FSF to step down and for RMS to be removed from all leadership positions. Get bent, go fuck yourself, end of story. You fucking whiny crybabies. You don't run the fucking show. That's what the millennial fucking generation doesn't understand. They think that they're in charge. They go, me. It's all me and I decide things. No, fuck you. Okay, my fellow Gen Xers, we need to start standing up and telling these fucking rejects, these fucking morons, no. We need to start telling them no. We need to start telling them to go fuck themselves. That's the only way they're going to fucking learn. And I'm sorry that we have to teach them in their fucking 30s now. All right, I'm sorry, Gardiner, that you need to learn shit in your fucking 30s because mentally you're still a fucking child and too stupid to realize shit. I'm sorry, Ncommander, or whatever the fuck your reject name is. You need to learn the shit. And I'm putting them in the tags, and I hope they fucking see this. I really do. So that they can get all bent out of shape. Fucking babies. All these fucking assholes. It's been signed by Neil McGovern, Gnome Foundation Executive Director and former Debian Linux project leader, Deb Nicholson, General Manager of the Open Source Initiative, Garrett, a who's list of free software and open source developers and leaders, and hundreds of others. Yeah, basically the fucking Foss Swamp. The Foss Swamp has come out against him. Get bent, go fuck yourselves. You freaking disgusting swamp creatures. Fuck you. They're not alone. The Free Software Foundation Europe was appalled by RMS's return. This organization, which is independent of the FSF, called for RMS's resignation from all FSF bodies. The FSF needs to seriously reflect on this decision, as well as their decision-making process to prevent similar issues from happening again. Therefore, in the current situation, we see ourselves unable to collaborate both with the FSF and any other organization in which Richard Stallman is a leading position. And if you go and you look at it, okay, this is their statement, all right, and they literally are pushing cultural Marxist shit in it. I'm going to try to have this linked in the description too, because it needs to be. This is some fucking retarded shit. And I'm sorry that this video is like going to be about 45 minutes long here. I'm sorry this went this long. It wasn't supposed to. It really wasn't. These people are fucking retarded. Entitled fucking cockstains, every one of them. Best part of them ran down their mother's inner thigh. Oh, numerous other open source organizations, including the OSI, the Mozilla Foundation, you know, the organization that fucking like vilified the head of it because he is, you know, a Christian who believes in marriage between a man and a woman or some shit like that. Oh yeah, real progressive and accepting fucking people, you know, because you can't have difference of opinion. And the Tor Project. Oh, well, you know, the Tor Project, hey, you know, fucking Kitty Porn Central, you know, onion sites and Tor. Yeah, those are I mean, don't get me wrong, Tor being developed by the NSA for the idea of dissidents being able to get, like, say, around the Great Firewall of China, okay. But it has become fucking, you know, fucking kitty porn fucking central. The Tor network, all right, has no problems with kitty porn all over fucking on onion sites and shit like that. But they took issue to the Daily Stormer having to go to a fucking onion site for a while. All right, and they're going to chime in on this shit. Hey, Tor, maybe you people should go look in the fucking mirror because you're enabling fucking child porn to be exchanged across the fucking world. So, yeah, shut the fuck up, you waste of space. All right, you can go fuck yourselves. These people are fucking ridiculous. You know, you got Mozilla Foundation, Identity Politics, fucking Cultural Marxist Central. You got the Tor Project who enables fucking, you know, fucking kid diddlers to exchange fucking porn. And they're going to call out Richard Stallman. Do you see the problem with that one? Because I sure as shit do. The Software Freedom Conservancy, which is best known for its legal work in defense of the GPL, which Stallman wrote, has ceased working with the FSF. Oh, well, fucking wow. Are they still going to, you know, legally defend the GPL? Or are they going to let their feelings and being butthurt stop them from doing what's right? Because, I mean, look at the ACLU. All right? They're now talking about the fact if they wouldn't, you know, defend the right to free speech for fucking Nazis. But they did. Because if you don't have absolute free speech, you don't have absolute freedom. If you don't have absolute free speech, you don't have free software, you fucking retards. I'm reiterating that because you need to learn it. Anyway, what all this adds up to, from where I sit, is potentially the end of the Free Software Foundation. No, it doesn't, you fucking rejects. You're not going to cancel the fucking Free Software Foundation. Good luck. Okay, Richard Stallman's going to keep that shit going. You ain't going to be able to do it. You're going up against a literal autistic who is going to bite onto it like a fucking pit bull, and you fuckers are going to go down. So go for it. I fucking dare you. I want to see you fucking rejects get taken down by a fucking senior citizen fucking autist. For years, it's become less and less relevant. Oh, no, it's actually had the same relevance, but whatever. It's no small part that it was because RMS refused to learn how to work and play well with others. No, it's had the same relevance. Their idea is like the idea of a pre-Microsoft world, the idea of where you wrote, not necessarily wrote your own shit, but that's kind of along those lines. And you had software freedom and code was freely exchanged, and you didn't have this closed ecosystem and people trying to control like your hardware and, basically being able to override it and like listen to your conversations and shit like that. Okay, Stallman is from that world, and we need people like him. His relevance hasn't changed. But you fucking retards think if you say it, it's true. That's not how it works. Yes, he had great ideas, but he's also alienated many would-be supporters along the way. Well, if they're cultural Marxist fuckstains, good. Let them be alienated. We don't need cultural Marxist cockstains who are anti-fucking freedom working on free software. Because it's goes against the idea of they're not for free speech, and you need free speech to have fucking free software. I mean, this is fucking retarded shit. But including many who have worked directly with him. RMS's day as a relevant free software leader is long over. No, it isn't. He's still relevant. Fuck you. I mean, I'm not a fan of him, and I can admit that. I think he's an asshole, and I can admit that. You fucking reject. If the Free Software Foundation doesn't change course immediately, its days may be numbered as well. And that's a fucking threat. That is a leftist fucking threat saying, if you don't do what we want, our fucking hate mob is going to take you the fuck down. Well, you're going up against an autist. Good fucking luck. He's going to verbally bitch slap every single one of you. And you're going to go, hate speech. He's saying hateful things. And why? Because the fucking truth hurts. You're all fucking retarded. Anyway, I've covered this well enough. I've called out this bullshit. I think RMS is a fucking asshole. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say this because I know they're going to be like, you're an RMS fanboy. Yeah. Well, if I was, then, why do I run KDE? All right. Why do I have KDE Neon as my primary, Linux distribution that I've used for several years now? Not an RMS fan. Definitely not an RMS fan. So, yeah, Ncommander, grow a fucking sack, get some fucking testosterone. I don't know, dude. Go to a doctor and fucking get prescribed the shit. Gardiner, same thing goes for you, you fucking reject. All right. You soy boys need to grow up. You need to learn how the real world is. All right. We don't cater to you. All right. You adapt to the world. It doesn't adapt to you, you participation generation rejects. Anyway, covered this well enough. I'm out of here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.